When it comes to immersive learning environments, I know a little bit. I am in no way an expert on this topic, though. Immersive learning environments are typically in an educational setting and occur when learners or students can interact with their learning experience in a virtual or simulated capacity. I believe the first time that I ever utilized an immersive learning environment was either in my 7th or 8th grade biology class. We had to dissect frogs, and I refused to take part in this particular assignment. I had no interest in cutting open a creature that was bred and killed just so I could cut it open. It was too emotional for me. Obviously, I didn't want to fail, and fortunately for me, my instructor was prepared for this. She introduced me and a few other students who were also against a live dissection to a virtual dissection. The entire simulation was online and virtually identical to everything that the students performing the live dissection were doing. The main difference was that by using the simulation, we could repeat steps, make mistakes without dire consequences, and we could do it by ourselves without the instructor having to provide specific instructions for how to do it. This meant that each learner could go at their own pace so we could fully grasp the lesson. In fact, the virtual dissection was so wonderfully executed that my instructor questioned why the virtual dissection wasn't mandatory. Based on my experience, animal rights and squeamish students were the strongest form of motivation for introducing an immersive learning environment. More recently, a global pandemic motivated many organizations to incorporate immersive learning environments where human interaction was temporarily banned. These motivators may be extreme, but they definitely succeeded in getting stakeholders and curriculum designers to revisit the learning experience and create more immersive learning environments. One potentially huge obstacle is access. Not every learner has internet access or a device that can access these tools. The cost of these devices, as well as the cost of creating and distributing these tools, can be expensive, and that may dissuade some from utilizing it. Another potential obstacle is knowledge of these tools and how to use them. We are seeing more and more generations who have always had technology at their fingertips. But for older generations, this is not the case. Not everyone understands these tools, and this may lead to them not wanting to implement them if they can't successfully explain them or troubleshoot. Hadlington 2017 suggests that there's a variety of opinions about the impact of technology. Page 133. Throughout the text, Hadlington mentions pros and cons to technology use in the classroom. Overall, it seems that the effects of technology on learner engagement are more about how we use technology. If we limit interruptions and distractions, then it may be easier to stay engaged in our learning. Jan 2024 discusses that the immersive learning environment, specifically virtual reality, resulted in lower cognitive processes and loads, but that the learning performance was higher. This was specifically with art students, and so it might only work in that particular area. Overall, I think that there are studies that support immersive learning environments and some that don't. We need to continue researching this area to establish in which ways immersive learning hurts and helps the cognitive process, memory function, and learner engagement.